Hello everyone, in this video I am going to show you how to create this fictional illustration in the app IBIS PAINT X. I am going to tell you in detail with all the brushes I have used in this video. So let's get started. First, I am using UHD canvas, and in the first layer I am applying some navy blue like color, and in the second layer I am going to draw a cup using mirror ruler and felt tip pen hard brush. So I'm using this curve tool with fill option off to create this shape, because I can draw on hand without using any tool, but using this curve tool make a more clear shape. So I'm using this tool, and using the bucket tool I'm filling the color. Now my cup shape is ready. I want it to be a little bit taller, so I just changed its height using the transform tool. Again I'm going to add this handle like this. If you want to get a perfect shape, you can also use this curve tool, and I'm naming this layer as cup. In a new layer I'm going to draw a lighthouse. I'm going to use this tool to draw this. Then I'm going to draw a small house-like shape at the top of this triangle-like shape. Now I'm going to place this layer below the cup, because it have to come in between the back side and front side of the cup. Then in a new layer I'm going to draw shapes like which represent ocean. To draw that shape I'm going to use a special fill tool, laser fill tool. You can also use the normal brush, any fill tip pen brush, something like that, to draw that, but using special filler laser fill tool make it more easy and comfortable when I am drawing such a small shapes. So now my front part of the the ocean is ready. I'm going to draw same like this behind the lighthouse. So I'm using little bit dark shade of that blue color. So it's like the lighthouse is between the front and back side of that ocean shape. I forgot to fill this space with beige color. So next, above the cup I'm going to draw a heart. So I'm naming the layers for the front and back side of the ocean, like ocean front and ocean back. So here I'm going to draw the heart. I'm using a mirror ruler again, and using like bright red color using felt tip pen brush. No, I'm not using that. Instead I'm using a special fill tool. So I want it to be a little bit lengthy, so using perspective transform I'm changing its position a little bit, as well as the height. I'm moving it a little bit below, so it is placed exactly between that cup. Then I'm going to add details for all these main elements one by one. So here I'm using the multiply blending mode layer for the cup, and I'm using the same color which I used for the cup. I didn't change the color. Instead I'm changing the opacity of the color using the special fill tool. So here you can see I'm using the special laser fill tool, and to get a gradual increase in the color shade, I'm just increasing the opacity little by little and adding these details. So now I created another layer, clipping layer for this cup. I just made a layer as add blending mode and added the details. Again, moving back to the multiply blending mode layer, I'm just adding these corner details, little bit dark details. Again, moving back to the add blending mode layer, which is used for the highlight, I'm adding some highlights. So I'm doing the same procedure with using the special fill tool for all the other thing like ocean front, ocean backside, as well as for the lighthouse. So I'm going to add in the same way for all these details. So here you can see I'm just increasing the detail by adding step by step, by increasing the opacity of the color. You can also try any other different textured brush for these details or something else, but I want to try something different in this way, so I'm just trying this style. So again, I'm just speeding the video because the same process going to come again and again. So I'm going to add the highlights now. So using the add blending mode layer, clipping layer for this ocean front, and adding details like this. At the brighter side, I'm going to add still more brighter details like this. So now I'm going to do the same thing for the ocean backside, and I'm just skipping it here. This is how I have done. So now I'm going to add the details for the lighthouse. So I forgot to add this detail before. So using the filter paint brush and line tool, I'm going to add bg like color, like a stripe, like this, and I'm going to use the bucket tool to fill the color. So here I used the alpha lock tool to lock that layer and add this detail. So now I'm going to create a new clipping layer with the add multiply blending mode, and as I told before, I'm going to use the same color. So here I'm using something like rust orange like color to add the shade, and here I'm using the same color which I used for the house details to create this extra dark details. So you can also try this method of adding details without using any other color. You can use the same color but still changing the opacity and changing the blending mode of the layer. It works different, and you can find something creative in this method. So you cannot need to worry about much about the colors you're going to use. So now it's time for the highlight. So I'm just creating the add blending mode layer, and I'm adding the details like this. Though the details will not much visible after I'm adding the highlights, light details for the lighthouse, I'm just adding, making sure I'm just good in adding the details. So now again I'm going to add the same kind of details, same method for the heart. Okay, now I'm going to create the add blending mode layer, reduce its opacity, and add the highlights like this. It is not much visible in the video, but it still makes a difference in the way it looks. Okay. So now I'm okay with the details. I'm going to create soft light blending mode layer, and I'm going to add the light reflection for this entire thing, not only for the cup but also for the waves, for the lighthouse, for everything. I'm going to add some reflection. So you can see the reflection is mild. I'm using the white color and reduced to opacity, and using the special lasso fill tool to add this detail. So to make the heart looking more shiny, I'm just adding those details. So as well as I'm adding the details for the the waves, like this. Okay, I'm going to add some dot circle details. So using the sputtering brush, I'm adding like this details in the soft light blending mode layer, and I'm going to create a new layer with linear burn blending mode to add some dark shade of the same details in this side. So as you can see, the cup have the brighter lighter details on the left side and darker details on the right side. So I am adding the darker details in the right side and the brighter sputtering details on the left side. Also, going back to the soft light blending mode layer, I'm adding the small minute details like this. I feel like I should add some more details to the highlights, lighthouse. So I'm going to draw a window-like shape. So not much details, but like a window-like shape using the white color on the soft light blending mode layer, and adding the dark details again on the linear burn blending mode layer. Okay, it looks perfect. So now I'm going to add some light effects. So here you can see I'm adding the yellow color light details using the airbrush brush, and to create more glowy look to the illustration, I'm adding the same yellow light highlights on the shinier parts like this, where I used the details on the the soft light blending mode layer, so it looks more glowy, shiny than before. You can also try some other colors like pink, blue, or any other which matching the illustration, but I want something like a goldish light look for this illustration. So I'm adding these highlights in the yellow color. So I'm going to add the light details using the lasso fill tool. I'm going to select the area like this. Here I want the lights to appear, so I'm using the airbrush with maximum size and reduced opacity. Here you can see the blending mode of this layer is add, so it makes the glow. And now I'm going to use the Gaussian blur from the filter to make it blurry, not more detailed one. And I want to position them perfectly, so using the perspective transform tool and positioning like this. So still I feel like I want to add some more details, so moving back to the soft light blending mode layer, I'm adding the sputtering details more closer to the lighthouse so that it looks, the dust particles are more visible and glowy in that lighthouse light. So now I'm going to add some darker color sputtering details using the same brush and say something like a dark colors on the linear burn blending mode layer. So for the background I'm using blue color, and here for the cup I'm going to use something like a reddish color. Okay, I'm going to add some darkness at the background, so using linear burn blending mode layer and airbrush and kaleidoscope ruler, I'm going to add the details. Since I'm using the same navy blue color, but the blending mode of the layer is linear burn, it looks darker, and to add some more darkness I use some black color. So this is the final look. It looks really glowy, cute and fictional. So if you like this tutorial, subscribe to my channel and check out all other my videos, and thank you for watching.